Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Neo. Just getting started with some prep. This is a brand new client. She and I have actually been going back and forth trying to set this appointment up for a very long time. So it was really exciting to finally get her in my chair, and it turned out amazing. Hopefully you love it. So we're just getting started with spraying her with some alcohol and using a cuticle pusher to push back that skin. Then I'm going in with my diamond skiver bit, and we're just going to clean up any cuticle that is on the natural nail plate towards the back of the nail. There is a bit of clear acrylic on the tip of her nail, but no biggie. I'm not focusing on that. I did in the removal process clean that up as best as I could. So I'm just focusing on the natural part of her nail. Once done with that, I'm going in with my medium grit zebra sanding band. These are from Young Nails, and I'm just using this at a really low speed just to also buff that natural part of the nail, also to smooth out the acrylic as well. When removing sets, sometimes because I'm using a really coarse grit bit, right? Say that 5 times fast. I dig into the acrylic in weird ways, so you get like lumps and valleys and, you know, digs in that base acrylic layer. No biggie, I'm just using the sanding band to kind of preliminarily smooth that out before we move on with the rest of this set. Just going in and doing a quick file on the free edge of her nails. I just felt like they were a little bit jagged. I did clip down the nails that she had on before. She had on like a medium or long stiletto, so I just clip them down to file that set off. It wasn't a set that I did, so she came in with another text work, so I just clipped that down, and we're just gonna add some new tips. So these are some really gorgeous tips that I got from Zule. These are 4XL stiletto, no C-curve, and you know I love a non-C-curve nail, and I love these. These are basically those like plastic extendo tips without the well. That's basically what these are, and I love them. They come in little bags. I mean, I still wish that I could get these in a box. I mean, it'd be a pretty big box, right? Considering that there's like 11 or 12 sizes, and I think you get 10 in each bag, so it's a great set. Definitely check them out if you like a really long nail for clients but don't feel like double tipping or anything like that, and you don't enjoy a C-curve for sure. Just making sure to size her up. Some of the tips are a little bit large, but I will file them down to fit exactly sidewall to sidewall for her. I'm just measuring her up, so I normally clip one hand, have the client kind of, you know, touch things, touch their phone, make a fist, see if the length is great for them, and then I will then match the fingers with the other hand that's already set. So that's what I'm doing here. We're using her right hand to then get the lengths down so that I can get her left hand to match. Now I've got to make sure that these tips have the most beautiful shape. So right now at this length, they're basically like a really broad square, and that's cool, but this client was, and I personally prefer a tapered square. So just taking it in a tiny bit and also using this opportunity to clean up the tip. If I did happen to use a larger tip, like on her thumb, then I use my hand file to just make sure I get the tip to sit like nicely and tight on her side walls. Also just tapering in that, look at me pointing out to her, just tapering in the tip so that it's a little bit more of a tapered square versus a broad like rectangle kind of shape. And look at how beautiful these shapes are versus when I first plopped those nails on. They were so broad and just bulky looking, and these just look long and slender and just gorgeous. I like a tapered square because it's a little bit wider. I don't really like a coffin. I think that narrow little tip is a little bit like, but a tapered square is just beautiful. Look at it on her fingernails. And I was telling her, like, you have really lovely like nail beds, nice and long. So it just makes everything look even prettier. Just going in with the same sanding band, and we're just, quickly blending those tips, to the natural nail so that we don't have, there you go. It's just like, look how gorgeous your finger looks. Just blending those tips to the natural nail. After that, I'm going to actually go in with this diamond ball bit, because the client was saying that, she does, her cuticle area was fine, but mostly her free edge and right exactly there, she was saying that she does have a bad habit of nibbling on that area. It does get a little bit dry. So I decided to go in right before getting these nails done and just smooth that out for her. I did, give her a light scolding to be like, yeah, don't do that. But just reminding her to moisturize and to take care of her hands and the skin. It's not just having pretty nails, but you want to have beautiful skin around the nails as well. That definitely helps with the whole thing. Now it's time for prep. I'm just going in with Young Nails Swipe. I've been doing this a lot lately in terms of dehydrating. All you need to do is just use some alcohol-based product to just wipe the natural nail, and using this wipe definitely helps to remove any dust or anything like that. So since I went in with Swipe, I figured I'd go in with the Protein Bond to prime her, and I'm only focusing it on the back portion of her natural nail that has grown out. There is a layer of clear acrylic on the nail, so I'm not going to place primer on top of that because that would be a waste. If you watch my videos, you know that I like to go in with a clear coat of acrylic. So this is that. We are using Young Nails Core Clear, and I'm just basically going to base every single nail with a coat of clear. There's so many benefits to doing this. I just love it, and especially with this set because we are going jelly, it's going to be so freaking cool. If you saw the thumbnail, then you already know. And yeah, this is going to be a good one. So I'm just taking a few moments. You see that it doesn't even take me very, very long to do this. I would say this clear layer takes me about 3 to 5 minutes max. Like, it's super, and these nails are long, right? So it takes no time at all, and it gives me so much security and kind of guarantee with my nails. So it's just something that I like to do. All right, it's time for the fun stuff, guys. So we are going in with First Nudes by Not Polish. I have been loving, guys, like I've been really liking this acrylic color. It is just a really good brownie kind of nude color. It's not pinky beigey, like I don't know how to describe it, but it just looks so good. So we are doing a full nail of this on her middle finger, and I'm just making sure to constantly clean my sidewalls, massage that product down, and maintain that shape that we worked for, and just, you know, building up a good amount of structure. I will be encapsulating a little bit on top of this later, but just making sure that most of the structure comes from this acrylic. Really love this color by Not Polish. So for the rest of the nails, except for her ring finger, we are going to be doing a reverse French. So I'm taking that same first nude color and I'm going to be building up a nail bed area. I'm doing it more of an almondy kind of shape versus like a round, like half circle kind of shape. I just think that it elongates the nail and makes the fingers look long and slender and like elegant versus it being like a blunt kind of circle. Now that I'm watching this, I'm like, I should have used one of those tip cutters, those French nail bed cutters, because I bought a few in a haul video and I've never use them actually, which is interesting. You know, when you just buy stuff to buy stuff. But yeah, I'm just basically building up a nail bed area for these reverse French nails on her pinky, her pointer, and her thumb. So again, making sure that the cuticle is nice and tight, pushing it towards the side walls, and then as you see, it's like a blunt kind of round shape. I prefer my nail bed to be a little bit more long, elongated, kind of like an almond. So you're gonna see me slowly dragging that product down with the body of my brush until it comes to more of a point. And then that's the kind of shape that I really, really like. I'm gonna use the body of my brush to kind of pat it in towards a pointy kind of shape, not necessarily a point like a stiletto, but I'm dragging it down and pushing the product in so that we get less of a broad shape and more of a tapered kind of almondy kind of shape. I just think it looks really, really beautiful that way. After that has polymerized, I'm going in with my hand file and I'm just going to clean up this shape. So the purpose of this is just to make sure that it's nice and sharp. We will be adding some extra things in there before adding that acrylic on the French edge. So I just want to make sure that it's nice and clean so that everything butts up against it really, really tight here. Alrighty, so this is where it gets a lot of fun. Speaking of orange, guys, I don't know what is happening this summer, but all of my clients want orange nails. This is now the 5th set. There's one that I didn't film, but this is the 5th set in the past few weeks that I'm like, oh my goodness, my clients come in and they're like orange. So this client actually told me, she said, I want red, I want orange, and I want Phoenix. So that's what we're doing. It's for her birthday, so happy birthday to you. And at first I was actually going to use a different orange color. This is a jelly, if you can't tell. It's another jelly set, so this is really, really cute. And I was gonna use an opaque orange for this set, but I'm really glad that we at the last minute decided to make this change. I was sitting there while doing her nails and I was like, I really think I should do a jelly. And she's just like, go for it. I got up, I grabbed the jelly, and it came out amazingly. So just trusting my gut. This is from iGel Beauty, another jelly polish, super affordable and high quality. I don't remember what it's called. It has some really weird name, like country something or another, I don't know. But I am basically painting everywhere where that reverse French area is. I am painting it on that acrylic layer, which is also why I like to lay that acrylic down. Otherwise I'd be painting the tip with this jelly orange color. On her ring finger, you saw I painted the entire thing, and this is why I went in with that file. I want this jelly color to butt perfectly up against that crisp, and as you can see on her thumb, super crisp and sharp shape of that nail bed area. Just really gorgeous. I'm not focused on it being super clean because we will be doing other things on top of that, and if I get any gel on her skin, just wiping it off before putting her hand in the light to cure. And I will be cleaning my sidewalls because we don't want an excess of product there, and I don't want to warp that beautiful shape that I went in with and made before even starting with this design. So I saw this really cool effect on Instagram recently. This is a bright red, and you're gonna see the orange that I was planning on using. And I'm just going to marble these colors together. So a deep, like matte orange is what I was planning on using, but we ended up going jelly. And I've been seeing this design on Instagram a lot, and I'm just kind of like, I don't know what it was today, but I was like, I'm gonna do this on her. So first I'm going in with some blooming gel. This is also by iGel Beauty, and I am coating the entire ring finger nail over that jelly product, and we're going to be adding that marble color of the red and the orange on top of that blooming gel. So blooming gel basically helps to spread product, and I'm using a ball dotting tool, and we are just picking up that marbled color and going back and forth, adding like this snakeskin kind of lizard kind of textured skin onto that blooming gel all over that nail. So we did this twice actually. When we first started, it was jelly orange on the base, and then I actually just went in with red, but it looked so stark, and it just was missing the orange. So that's why I went in and marbled the red and the orange. And it's super, super cool because in this effect, you can actually see the colors marbling together. It's so freaking cool. So I'm gonna be doing that same thing on every single finger wherever there's jelly. After doing one finger, I actually switched back and forth with the hand, just because with blooming gel, things do move a lot and you don't want to let it sit for a little bit too long. You'll definitely lose your design. So I'm going from right to left, swiping in both directions so that my lines are kind of even, if that makes sense. And I'm not being perfect with it. The blooming gel will definitely do the work for you. It just moves that product around and softens the edges. And I'm making sure to pick up both red and orange with my dotting tool as best as I can, so I don't end up with like too many red dots or too many orange dots in one area. And it's really cool when you can look at it and see the marbling within those, I guess, shapes, which is really, really cool. So again, after every finger, I'm having her cure for about 60 seconds in the LED lamp, and I'm making sure to clean my side walls before putting her hand in there so that we don't warp that beautiful, beautiful shape. Now to her middle finger, I'm just going in quickly with some base gel. We are going to be adding a Phoenix sticker to this nail. So it was so funny when she was booking this appointment, she asked me specifically, do you have Phoenix stickers? And I said yes, instinctually, because I have like a lot of stuff. But when I actually checked, I didn't have Phoenixes, I had dragons. So I actually went on Amazon and purchased those stickers, and they actually showed up like 20 minutes before her appointment. It was so freaking funny, but they came out perfectly. So we actually sat for a while looking at different Phoenix stickers, and we decided to choose this really gorgeous one that is gold and red. It kind of ombres from gold to red, and I just thought it was perfect. So definitely just check this out for a second. Really, really gorgeous. And then we added some gold swirls to the ring fingers, and it just, I don't know, guys, like this is so freaking cool. The texture is great. The fact that it's a jelly tip, so you can totally see through the nails. And then because you have the marbling of the colors there as well, it's just really, really dope. And the colors are there. It's not too red, it's not too orange, just beautiful. So I was telling her that I wanted to add a little bit of a touch of gold to the rest of the nails. At first I was thinking outlining the nail bed French area with gold, but I was like, you know, we work so hard. I kind of like the way that it looks stark against that natural nude color. So we decided to just add some gold charms to corners of the nails, just something really, really small and subtle. So I went in honestly like with some base gel and added the like two tiny little gold charms to the outside portions of the nail. I'm gonna have her cure, and that's just gonna lock it down. Next thing I'm going to do after that is clear cap. It's time to clear cap. So I'm going to clear cap all of these nails just to make sure that we can protect this design, build up for structure, and make sure that the length of these nails, because they're fairly long, make sure that the length of nails is supported. I'm using Young Nails Pore Clear, and I like to encapsulate over my nail bed anyway when doing French, so the entire nail is getting encapsulated. One thing to keep in mind about those stickers is on her other hand, I did not pay attention. I usually start with that right hand anyway. When encapsulating that nude nail with the sticker, the monomer actually rubbed off the ink from that sticker. So on this hand, what I did was after sticking the sticker, right? I went in with base coat and just quickly encapsulated that sticker in base coat. If you're someone who also enjoys encapsulating stickers and things like that, just put a coat of top coat or base coat over the sticker just so that the monomer won't, react with that sticker and remove the ink from it, because it was like devastating, and we almost couldn't find another Phoenix that we liked. It worked out fine, but it was definitely something I was like, ooh, should have known better. But I made sure to do it on this hand. But again, we're just clear capping all of the nails. And look at the really, really cool Phoenix that ombres from brassy gold to red. Super, super cool. So on this nail, I'm actually not going to clear cap like I normally do. I'm going in with a super, super wet clear cap here because I did build up a little bit more structure on this nail with the nude in the beginning. So I didn't feel like I had to then add a crap ton of clear acrylic as well. The nail would have been super, super bulky, and we don't want that. Come on guys, look at how gorgeous this is. Look at how clean and sharp it is from that nail bed to that red orange kind of situation. And the shape of the nail, just I'm living for this set, and the length and the shape, it just came out so good. Also, I'm like patting myself on the back just because watching these videos, I'm actually seeing my growth in real time, and it's so impressive to me. Shout out to me. Look at my ring finger, I mean my middle finger on my hand. If you're wondering what the heck happened to my finger, story time. So I just not long ago, but I released a video of me doing my nails with that pink with the mylar holographic with the butterflies or whatever. It was a really, really gorgeous set. And I knew I wasn't going to be wearing it for too long because I do such a, a lot of things. But because, and this is important, I'm going to just say, basically when I did that clear acrylic layer on myself, it was a very thin, like, kind of watery base layer like I always do. And I actually adhered that holographic paper to the entire of the nail and then clear capped on top and did, everything on top of it. But because most of the product was on top of that plastic, the base of the nail wasn't connected to the top of the nail. So in the middle of my sleeve, basically the length of the nail had no real structure to it because there was a separation between the acrylic on the tip versus the acrylic on top of that plastic. And I went to scratch my head in the middle of the sleeve and literally hit my finger on my headboard, and my entire nail ripped off in the middle of my sleeve. When I tell you I wanted to cry and scream, it hurt so freaking bad. If you have hurt your finger in that kind of way with nails, then you definitely know how painful it was. It literally ripped off. And this is one thing that I'm super grateful for. It ripped off wherever the tip was, because the tip basically had no support. It only had a thin coat of that clear acrylic base that I like to add, and then that plastic Aurora layer. Oh my goodness, guys, like I was in so much pain. I couldn't even like touch my finger. Literally ripped off my fingernail. All you could see was my hyponychium, which is insane, but the back portion of my nail was totally fine. So that's what I was gonna say. One thing that I'm really glad that I do is I don't put the tip very far down on my natural nail. I try to keep my tips on the very, very tip of my nail. I can only imagine how much worse it would have been if I placed that tip further down my nail plate. But yes, that's what's happening with my middle finger. If you saw it and you were like, what the heck is going on? I basically died when that happened, but we're fine now, and I'm wearing new nails, so so much better. But yes, now we are e-filing. Sorry to be traumatic, but yes, story time. E-filing, going in with my favorite medium grit medium grit carbide bit. I love saying that, grit carbide bit, right? And I'm smoothing the surface of the nails like I normally do, cleaning up a little bit under the tip of the free edge, and then smoothing side to side up the length of the nail, cleaning my side walls from the right, cleaning that cuticle area, and then going down the left. You're gonna see me swiping my fingers down the length of the nail. One thing that happened was really funny. The client actually asked me at this point, like, oh, is this clear acrylic you put on top, or is this like gray, cloudy kind of acrylic? And it didn't even occur to me that she didn't know that clear acrylic polymerizes with this kind of overcast, cloudy cast. And I had to tell her, I was just like, no, when I top coat, it'll be completely clear and glossy. So that was kind of funny. But yes, just smoothing out the nails, making sure that we maintain that beautiful shape, and cleaning up the surface of the nails. After e-filing, I like to go in with my hand file. This is an 80/80 grit hand file, and guys, look at how beautiful this tapered square shape is. Like, ooh, it looks so good. And the touch of gold with the little studs, I just loved, especially because we have gold on the other fingers, and we're gonna be adding a little bit more gold a little bit later. But I really love this set. Just making sure to clean up my shape, making sure, most importantly, that the nails look nice and sharp and crisp. And then, yeah, I'm adjusting her hand because her hand was like turning to the side. Note to people who are getting their nails done, don't sit with your hand like sideways, like with the outside of your wrist on the table. You kind of want your hand to be flat, with your palm facing down. That's how we can get the best shape. If your hand is tilted a little bit to the side, when shaping, the nail isn't straight to us. Don't be mad if you end up with a crooked nail. So yeah, she wasn't doing that, but just, you know, for anyone out there who's getting their nails done, just make sure you keep your palms facing down and not, you know, facing sideways, because you might end up with some crooked nails. But yes, making sure that the shape is nice and sharp. I'm gonna clean that free edge like I normally do, squeezing really hard. You see I'm adjusting her hand so that it's straight because I did not want her to end up with crooked nails. Just making sure it's nice and tight. Beautiful shape. So I did have her wash her hands, but I'm spraying her down with some alcohol just to clean, disinfect, and dehydrate, and using my manicure brush to clean up these nails before we go in with some gel. And speaking of gel, we are going to be adding a little bit more gold to these nails. So originally I had plans on surrounding or outlining the entire nail with gold chrome, but she actually just asked for it to be like a square French, and I said, yeah, sure, let's do it. So I'm using this is Gloss It by Not Polish, actually a top coat, and one of my favorite liner brushes to just draw a beautiful square French around this nail, especially because it had the phoenix in the middle, and I just thought it would be a beautiful touch to incorporate a little bit more gold, especially because the phoenix is gold and red, just perfect for this gorgeous orange and red set. I'm gonna have her cure, so that is cured, and then I'm gonna just be brandishing this gold chrome onto that top coat. Not gonna lie, it took a lot of elbow grease. I was kind of shocked. I was just kind of like, why is this so hard to do? It definitely took, but I had to rub so freaking hard, and I don't know if it was because it was the edge of her nail, but it was just really hard to kind of keep the foam on the nail, maybe because it was the edge. But yeah, I just felt like, I felt like I was working so hard to get this chrome to stick, but there you go. The chrome only sticks to the top coat, especially because I dehydrated prior with the alcohol, so there's nothing sticky on that nail to kind of hold onto that chrome. Last step for these nails, is to glossy top coat. So I'm taking out Gloss It again by Not Polish, and we are going to carefully gloss top and under top. Does that make sense? Like adding the glossy top coat to the top and bottoms of the nails, because they are jelly nails. Remember, we did use a jelly base, and the beautiful thing about these is that you can actually see through them, which is really cool. So you get the orange and the red from that pattern we did, and then you can totally see the orange through the nail. Just so fun and so pretty. Once done, I'm going to clean her sidewalls and have her cure for 60 seconds. Guys, look at this beautiful set. Like, I don't even know what this pattern is called, but I saw it on Instagram, and actually I think I saw it on a white on white, and it just looks so good. We had to take shots outside. I think that's my new favorite thing. And this is what the set ended up looking like. I love these. They came out so cool. I would have never thought to do these. The collaboration was so great and real. Love this client. She's on my roster now. Thank you so much for watching. Like if you like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.